Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown giving full endorsement to
Starting promotion right now, radio.
The station with integrity, the station with a difference. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Brown says so. Full Darcy.
Starting promotion right now, radio.
We not stop till we drop. Zane, bless.
Why not tune in to the SPRB Radio Podcast Zoom Experience with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango.
This is Jojo Mack, and I always tune into the SBRB radio podcast with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango. If you love a good conversation, you should too. Check it out.
This is The Buzz, your music news update for the latest on your favorite artists and more. Sponsored by JojoMacMusic.com. Hello everyone, I am Pistol and this is The Buzz. The Jamaica Observer's Entertainment Desk continues with the 55th of its bi-weekly feature looking at seminal moments that have helped shape Jamaica over the past 60 years. When Desmond Dekker died in May 2006, his manager and close friend Delroy Williams described the singer-songwriter as the first legend of reggae. The 64-year-old artist passed away in the United Kingdom, the country that made him a megastar. Williams said Desmond was the first legend, believe it or not. When he released Israelites, nobody had heard of Bob Marley. In 1969, Israelites, a sufferer's tale about ghetto life in Jamaica, went #1 on the UK pop chart. It was sung by Desmond Dekker and his harmony duo, the Aces. It was their second hit in the country, following 007 Shanty Town 2 years earlier. Both were written by Dekker, a former welder and protege of producer Leslie Kong, a Chinese Jamaican who also produced Judge Not, Marley's first song. Ghanaian Afrobeat star Stonebwoy is staking his claim to reggae music. According to him, the Jamaican music belongs to Africa. He said, quote, reggae is rooted in the heart of Africa. It doesn't belong to any Caribbean society from its core. It belongs to Africans and we're enjoying it in diverse ways, end quote. Music insider Kingsley Goodison is however rubbishing Stonebwoy's claims. Goodison said, quote, don't come here with that foolishness. Reggae was formed in Jamaica in different stages. It was ska, then the rocksteady, then reggae. Africa has nothing to do with that. Follow the history of the thing, but reggae is Jamaican, end quote. John Legend has a lot of love for Jamaican music. The Grammy-winning platinum-selling singer-songwriter showed some of that passion recently by collaborating with singer Jada Kingdom. The song Speak in Tongues is on Legend, the American's 8th studio album, which debuted at number 59 on the Billboard 200 albums chart. Recently, Legend said, quote, I have so much love for Jamaican music and I love featuring Jamaican artists on my projects, end quote. Speak in Tongues is produced by Jamaican Stephen the Genius McGregor. Legend said he was introduced to Jada by the producer and co-writer of Speak in Tongues, The Genius. He said the Genius is so talented and he has produced several tracks on his last 2 albums. Popular entertainer Vybz Kartel has reportedly been transferred from the Horizon Adult Remand Center to the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center following the airing of a new Fox 5 New York interview. In the interview, journalist Lisa Evers was told by Sidem Ozturk, a British social worker, that she got engaged to the dancehall superstar in the summer of 2022 during an authorized prison visit. Jamaica's prison authorities have not commented on the matter. Ozturk said that she began corresponding with the entertainer in 2015 and met him for the first time in 2019. She said, quote, to be engaged to Addie is a dream come true. It's amazing. I don't even know how to describe how I feel, end quote. The entertainer has reportedly been placed on a block called Jail, which has been equipped with security cameras and other forms of modern technology designed to prevent illicit activities. Jail is said to house high-risk prisoners. Kartel's lawyer, Isat Buchanan, has denied his client's involvement in the interview and opined that the transfer, which was carried out by the Caribbean Search Center, was a complete disregard of an inmate's human rights. Dancehall DJ Macca Diamond is doubling down and says she will continue posting sexually suggestive videos to her OnlyFans account, despite the fact that one of them made it to the public domain. She said, quote, "For everybody's information, Macca is going to keep posting more and more videos. I didn't put it out in the public domain, that's for sure. And I also believe none of the members in my fan page group put it out either," end quote. In the video clip doing the rounds on social media, Macca Diamond is seen partially exposed, caressing her breasts. In June, a similar video made it to the public space. The female dancehall DJ feels the circulation of the videos at this time is an effort by her detractors to bring her career to a halt. She said, quote, "If the reason is to embarrass Macca Diamond, they surely will come out the loser. This will only boost my subscription. I am about to raise my subscription from $10 to $50 US. I am Pistol, and that, my friends, was The Buzz. That was The Buzz, your music news update for the latest on your favorite artists and more. Sponsored by JojoMacMusic.com.
Now here's a song from our sponsor, Jojo Mac.
What'd you say? You're leaving? I don't understand.
Break it down for me, ABC it, and let me see. I don't understand what you're telling me, but I'm really curious. Oh, I wanna know. If you're down with me, how could you just tell me that you wanna be free? And what that about? It's you, not me. You can't be serious. Oh no, oh no. Funny thing is, I know it's my fault. I didn't pay enough attention to your heart. I spent too much time tripping, too much time fussing. Yeah. Baby, please stay. I'll change my ways. Yeah. I'll do anything you want me to. Take a ladder to the sky to prove to you. Give anything you want me to. Baby, yeah. Baby, don't go. Don't leave me, baby. Baby, no. Forgive your lady. I promise I will make it up to you. I promise I will give my best to you. I promise I will never make you blue. What can I do, babe, to make it up to you? I can't live without you. Think about it, yeah. Anything you say, I'll be brand new. Baby, just for you, say it and I'll do. Baby, I do it all for you. Please believe me, yeah. Anything you say, or I'll be giving my love away. Baby, don't go. Don't leave me, baby. No. Forgive your lady. I promise I will make it up to you. I promise I will give my best to you. Just don't make me have to live without you. Funny thing is, I know it's my fault. I didn't pay enough attention to your heart. I spent too much time tripping, too much time fussing. Yeah. Baby, please stay. I'll change my ways. Yeah.
Love this.
I'll do anything you want me to. Take a ladder to the sky to prove to you. Give anything you want me to. Baby, yeah. Baby, don't go. Don't leave me, baby. Baby, no. Forgive your love. Promise I will make it up to you. I promise I will give give my best to you.
Sharon Bentley from Germany, are you there? Okay, she's not there.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Sharon, introduce yourself. Who are you? I know we don't have much people in the building at the moment, but introduce yourself.
Yeah, welcome. I'm Sharon Bentley Pike from Valstice Freedom Music Promotion, and also a team member of the management team from SPBR Radio Podcast.
SPRB. Yep.
SPRB, sorry. SPRB Radio Podcast.
Yeah,
man. Nice to meet you, Sharon Bentley, you know?
Nice to meet you, BabyBoom. I've never heard of you before.
Oh, very well.
Well, you're gonna hear about him today.
Yeah, that's why I'm locked. That's why I'm locked.
Sharon is a link from Germany, and she's a very important person in our lives. And I'll be sending you her link too, so that you can familiarize and so forth. But it's a blessing to have you here. I want to first and foremost just play a couple of your tunes, because I've made it a point of duty to stay abreast of what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think me and iTunes are the best of friends when it comes to BabyBoom. Me not let nothing pass me by, So bear with me. What I'm gonna do is play a couple of your songs. Bear with me.
Now hear this. When the champion sound a kill, we drop to the finest. Come cross, BabyBoom.
Produced by the man called Gaffer Blue.
Boom.
None of them can kill my sound at all. Them head will bounce like ball. Everywhere them got the champion name them a call. But we don't play for tall. Gotcha call my sound no response at all. When the play start fall, we kill a sound boy straight up in a the dance hall. I left them boss figure ball. We hear a little sound boy, them a ball it up the dub. Hey sound boy got dub your cooper. Yeah, beard your gal and drink the water. Cause no sound boy, my sound no afraid. Yeah, so when we talk not even of a cancer. Yeah, we kill sound and not alone responser. Them fi know the champion, other than cancer. The plate we use right them off like a lanta. Yeah, none of them can kill my sound at all. Them head will bounce like
The number one sound I play, some sound to know the champion sound, a sound better than we are, we got the whole sound, man. Lock down the compound and the champion sound I play. Woo! Yeah! BabyBoom representing. My son kill them from the corner with the nines and the llama. Them get up by the pound and them get it back to the place. Some son if you know the champion son, a son are better than we are, we got the whole sound. Lock down the compound and the champion sound I play. Yeah! BabyBoom representing. My son kill them from the corner with the nines and the llama. Them get up by the pound and them get it by the quarter. Tonight a sound and get murder. Well if them this the champion, blood that run like water. Killing my son sponsor. Sound boy dirty ways, them a flex like shibada. But the trophy we after. None of them sound boy, them not bad like we data. Murder my son when charged for. None of them we not heard. Well if them this the champion, make we no plate pop off. We nozzle run red like the brake like on the Range Rover. Kill them all we say. Kill them night and day. And if them this my sound, we murder sound boy in a
I tell you what, when it comes to the creme de la creme of dancehall music, especially here in the UK, you have to look to a man like BabyBoom. All right. Here is a song that has been plaguing my cranium over the last couple of days just listening to your music is this one right here.
Sing. Yeah, 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 yeah. The one you're feeling, ladies, again, again. Baby boom again. I'm home all alone and I'm feeling for you, girl. So come give me some of that love. The smile on your face, I know that you want me, girl. So come give me some of that love. You know you got my number anytime you can call me, girl. So come give me some of that love. And I will be there anytime when you need me, girl. So come give me some of that love. You see that sweet love in there, you know me need it. If you was a book, baby girl, I would have read it. Yo, you see the love limit, let we exceed it. Feed them negativity and I go feed it. Hey, girl, you're so beautiful, you're so wonderful. You make my life look so colorful. Baby, you're righteous and you're awful. Here's my water, you alone make my heart full. I'm home all alone and I'm feeling for you, girl. So come give me some of that love.
Baby boom, you na normal. Nothing about you na normal.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, that song there, I like that song so much. Honestly,
Yeah.
you know, got that flavor, you know.
I tell you what, I'm gonna get Sharon Mango to introduce herself. We're gonna just acknowledge those in the building, and then we'll begin. So Sharon.
You might have to go ahead. I gotta take this one.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
So baby boom, bless up yourself and thank you for being here today. We have the legendary Rankin in the building from the Ariwa days, way back in the days, and we have the great legendary Beverly Notes, who's also part of SPRB radio podcast team. All right.
You know?
Yeah. And bless up Rankin. And so it's a great pleasure, like I say, to have you on this show today. And it really is a pleasure, for you to be here. I know my co-host had to run and get a telephone call and so forth, but she'll introduce herself later. You've been doing this thing for a very long time, and you've been on this journey, everything about you stood out. And I remember being at Starlight Records talking to your brother Leaford. And he told me about you, and that's where I got to know you many moons ago. And you've been consistent, and you've been firing ever since then, So we're going to take you way back in time. I'm going to take you back to your earliest memory, your household memory. We want to talk about how music was part of the family household. We want to talk about your mom, your dad, give us the full 9 yards, and lead us up to where music became a part of your life.
Okay, well, music for me, started when I was I'd say about 3-4 years old. My dad used to he was a drummer in a band, a family band,
Right.
They were called the Blue Wonders. My dad is Dominican, by the way, and my mom is Jamaican.
Right.
Right. So, having a Dominican band which consists of like my uncles, my cousins, they all played saxophone, keyboard, bass guitar, lead guitar, my dad on the drums, even my cousin as well was a vocalist, he was a singer. So, I used to follow my dad when they used to play and rehearse in Kilburn at the Granville. They used to rehearse there, and when they used to perform on stage, I was about 5 years old, and I used to be with my dad on the stage. And when he's beating the drums, I used to take the towel and wipe the sweat off his, he had the afro and the shirt open and the chest hairs out. Yeah, man. From them
so what year are we talking about, especially where your dad is concerned?
My dad, we're talking from early 80s.
Right.
And
I'm pretty sure if I saw him, I must know him, you know.
Yeah, man. My dad, he used to play the band from way down like 70s coming up.
Right.
Yeah, because they play traditional, they play reggae, they play jazz,
Mm.
hip hop, everything, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was like my inspiration, my introduction, shall I say, to music, you know.
Right. Right. So I know your dad was a big influence, but growing up, who did you remember hearing over the airwaves?
Well, you know what, honestly, you know, when I was growing, it was my brother Lee. He used to have a sound, you know, he used to play sound system. And when I was like 3-4 years old, he used to make me DJ upon the mic, you know, so, and record me. That he still have the cassette on now, trust me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Oh, wait, I said.
Yeah, man. You know what he used to call me? Oh my God, he used to call me the Gremlin there. So big up Lee for anyway there.
Lee for me, brother. Bless up yourself.
Yeah, so you know, from them days there, you know, coming up and you know, listening to soca, and there's a genre called zouk as well.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of, you know, got accustomed to, how the drums, you know, that up tempo.
Yeah.
You know, and the steel.
Yeah. I think back then, I think we had people like something like Mighty Sparrow and them people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what I grew up on. And, you know, on the other side, my mom's Jamaican. So, you know, Dennis Brown and you know, Garnet Silk and you know, Bob Marley and Luciano's and, you know, the vocals are just lots.
So you had the best of both worlds in the household.
Yes.
Okay.
And then my brother used to spit lyrics. So I would hear like how Tipper Irie them, Papa Levi them. So my brother used to write lyrics, you know. So
yeah.
You know, everything played its little part, you know.
Yeah. Because at the time, I remember I was at you know, we call him Popsy, you know, and Popsy was a big he was a real old-time friend of the late great Bob Marley, who he used to bring, you know, records to my father, and Seal, who is now the international star, used to bring, you know, Bob Marley tunes to him. But Leaford was working with him at the time, and he told me about you. And at the time, I was looking for a DJ. And at the time, I think your head was buried in productions, you know, and I remember you vividly looking for a drummer, and I introduced you to a drummer.
You know, because my dad, you know, all the years my dad been playing drums, but you know, he had an accident where he actually broke his ankle. So, you know, for him, you know, kicking, you know, the kick drum and
the kick drum.
He couldn't really, you know.
Right. So is mom and dad still around today?
Yeah, man. You know, up and down, and still I cook the good food.
Praise God.
Food, you know?
Amen.
When many didn't make it, your parents still around to see your glory as well, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Now that Sharon Mango is here, I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Thank you so much. Tends to know what I've got going on here, but welcome, my friend, Baby Boom. It is a pleasure to see you, young man. You're looking all right. Listen, I have to introduce myself, but I have to talk about you. You're looking all right. You're keeping yourself you look good.
Nothing about him now, man. No.
You look all right. Look how he fix himself right. You keep your skin good, cut up the beard. I saw you if you do it, man.
Give thanks.
Let me stop. I am Sharon Mango. I'm full of jokes. Sharon Mango, representing SBRB Radio and Royal Blend Productions. If you didn't know, I'm actually in the US here now. I was born and raised in London, and my understanding is you were born in Northwest London, yeah?
Yep.
What part?
I was born in Westminster, but I grew up in Kensal Rise, Church
Stop
Road.
it! Stop right there. What you just said just now? Where?
Yeah, man.
What you just said just now? You said Kensal Rise.
Yeah,
Where?
man. It's Purvis Road.
Stop it!
Yeah, man, Purvis Road. Right across from my nanny. So, my nanny pass and go, love her, you know?
Oh
So
my gosh, I probably didn't even know you, Nanny. I'm from Kensal Rise, you know what I mean? I'm from Wakeman Road. Yes!
Yeah, man. And my uncle them used to live round, son. My auntie them live round, son.
Yes!
Yes.
That's my... I knew it, you know. When I saw Northwest London, I said, I'm going to ask, you know.
Yeah.
I am from Kensal Rise. It is that not even better for we talk today.
I even think Starkey Banton is an original Kensal Rise man.
He is Starkey, but yeah, well, that's our school friend, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Again, you know, if you didn't know, I'm in the US, so we emigrated here some years back. Still representing Kensal Rise, like
to the fullest.
To the max. Welcome again. I'm listening. I was listening before to some of the stuff that you were saying, but I didn't catch. Where was your dad? Your mom's Jamaican. Your dad's from where?
Dominica.
So you really get the best of both worlds, innit?
Yeah, man. Yeah. 2 Caribbean island, you know? Tropical, you know? Yeah.
That is a beautiful thing. And again, you're still a young man. You got and you've done so much.
Well, I don't even keep track. I just do what I can do, and as the most I give me the health and strength, to do what I have to do. So we have a purpose, and I'm just on a mission,
Absolutely. I mean, as long as it's the right thing, you got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? We all need new music every single day. We all need new stuff. Everybody's looking for something new as opposed to what is already out there and what everybody else is jumping on.
Yeah.
You got to stay true to you. You know what I'm saying? So blessings to you, man. Again, we're happy to have you and to learn your little journey here. Because it's not says a long journey still, but you're young still, you know? You're a young man still. And we like to see progress, you know what I mean? We like to see that. And I think one of my questions was to you, like when you were brought up with different sides of the music, but what was the deciding factor for you that you was going to be an artist? Or did you just think to yourself, you just love to produce the music? Which came first?
Well, funny enough, when I was in school, me and my friends, we formed a sound system together, which is when I was about 12, 13. So we formed a little sound together. It's a Rasta sound. That time I was in, the Rasta culture. That's probably why most of my songs are so rootsy, if you understand it. It's got depth to the lyrics because
absolutely.
And from then I start the sound, and I was listening to Bounty Killer, Beanie Man, and some Sunday mornings, my mother had to tell me, say, clean up your room and hurry up. I used to listen to Sanchez and some Garnet.
Oh yeah, well Sanchez you could play for your mother because you have the church song. Yes.
I used to listen Missing You by Sanchez.
Okay.
And I used to sing that when I was cleaning my room. So that that singing vibe, cause I can DJ in a deep voice like the Beanie, the Bujo, the Bounty Killers, and I used to run into the mirror with a Roland and DJ a Bounty Killer song and pose and bubble and so that's how I started in the music. And we used to clash other artists from different schools, so there would be other artists, so then we'd have a little 2 little speakers with a little the Walkman, so you put the cassette in.
Yeah.
Remember them days? Now I don't know about them things.
Wow. Remember them days? Woo!
Yeah, until we did upgrade to a Discman now. You know me, but
right. Yeah.
We used to have clashed with other artists, so having the sound as well. There was older guys in the sound that used to play the reggae, and we used to do the dancehall side. So, you know, stemming from there, me and another artist was the artist in the sound. So we decided, you know what, try write out some of our own lyrics. Cause we used to DJ the Buja Bantans and Super Cats and Ninja Mans. So we start to write our own song, and you know, people said, "Oh, that sound good," and you know, they give the motivational, you know. And from then, you know, we got studio, rough cut studio one day to cut Jawush and Satellite Pandub, and I did have a sore throat at the time, and they put on a rhythm on that, and that's when I recorded my first dub plate.
Oh wow!
So,
Sore throat and all, you did it.
Have to.
So what sound? Remind me of the sound that you were part of at the time.
It was a Rasta sound called King Judah.
King Judah. Okay. What year was that?
That was 1990.
1990, the height of the dancehall era, the juicy part of dancehall.
Yeah.
Right. Now you're from Northwest, so you may have remembered guys like Dolomites. Because I know you were part of Suncycle with a good friend of mine, Bougie, as well. You know Bougie, right?
Big up Bougie, man, my brethren, man.
All right.
Big up Dynamite as well, you know?
Tell me about that experience.
Well, it's funny, you know, because at the time, you know, it was Gappy, Redman, UK, Vigilante, Lady Sham, you know, Bougie, Cash Money. So, you know, I was rolling with a younger artist who was a singer.
Right.
You know, and that's how I link up with JP from Money Talks Entertainment. And, you know, he used to bring me around the studio, building Tubby T. You know, we record some dubs with Tubby T, them and thing. But one of this time we go around to the studio, said, let's go around Suncycle studio and, you know, we'll have vibes. And so we go around there and say, the artist, them. So Dolomite, you know, and link me and say, yo, you want to go pan tour with him, man? I say, yeah, man. But, you know, from them days, you write your lyrics, so you have them map out in your head.
Right.
You know? And then you just fit them on any rhythm where it can sit sweet, man. So,
yeah.
He's a go in there and knock out all 2-3 songs straight. You know, so that's how, you know, we was recording songs alongside Suncycle, you know. And I'm telling you, it was an experience, man. You know, talented artists. That was the experience, was off the hook.
Right. Now I knew Suncycle was, you know, especially Dolomite. He had made a big name for himself in Stonebridge, you know, with people like Chucky Star and so many more, you know, big stars who came out of Stonebridge itself. And they set the precedents for the Suncycle Crew. Many who were part of Suncycle turned out to be excellent artists in their own right, who you are one of those. How did you break free from Suncycle to now start your own journey?
Well, you know, I was really recording alongside Suncycle. It was going to be a next group, you know, called Mooncycle, you know, which was supposed to be formed. But, you know, I was really recording with my other brethren called JP from Money Talks, you know.
Okay.
And from then I was just recording and, you know, releasing songs. I record for Poisonous Music, you know, and I have to take my hat off to JP because he was the first guy that actually brought me into a studio to voice on one of his rhythms, you know. Right. We used to voice when Unique FM used to be behind Starlight.
That's right.
Yeah. So, you know, from then I was used to, and then it got to a stage where, you know, you need rhythms, and some rhythms, I used to jump on the Jamaica rhythms, the hot rhythms that come out from Jamaica, and you can't release them, you know, because they're already released.
Right.
So, you know, one day, I had this song I voiced on Devil in a Blue Dress by Deneo. It's called Wine and Go Down, and I voiced that song and it was getting so much crazy rotation on the radio. So, you know, I tried to hook up with Deneo, but then I went to VP Records and I linked Joy.
Okay.
But I only had £5 petrol in the car. You know? So when I got there, so they said, you just miss her. So I said, geez, I'm going to get back home. I have to come back up here tomorrow. I'm going to start to miss her.
Yeah.
You know, so did the journey, come back, met Joy, and she said, I have the right person to link you with. So that was President Kennedy Mensah from Back to the Future music.
I know of him, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes, and from there, you know, me and him link, and I signed to him with my publishing.
Okay, yeah.
And he was the one that actually told me, like, why are you waiting on rhythms? Build your own rhythms. You know what you want it to sound like, so, you know, build your own rhythms.
Right.
And then from there, I'd you know, set up Rebel Well Records, and, you know, I have my own publishing company. He helped set that up for me as well. And I've just been producing since.
Right. So at the time, you know, that I met you, you know, I know you were doing some great things, you know, was in the pipeline. How were you able to focus on what you're doing and get yourself to where you needed to be, as well as focus on other artists that you were maybe collaborating with or trying to put on the forefront?
Well, you know, music is funny, you know, because sometimes, you know, while producing other artists, you can feel like you're actually, you know, putting yourself on a back burner.
Mm-hmm.
But in the essence of it, the whole essence of it, it's actually building you as well, and it's building a catalog.
Right.
It's giving you more experience dealing with artists, recording artists, mixing, producing, and also recording with them artists. So, you know, it seems like it has an effect, but it all paints the whole picture in the end, you know?
Right. So at the time, what was going through your mind, especially when it came to dancehall in the UK? Because from what I remember, you know, during my early days, is like UK artists were playing second fiddle to Jamaican artists. So what was going through your mind? And let me put another question to you. As you answer that question, right, you were able to break the Jamaican market and also record and become part of that Jamaican fold of things. How did those two things happen?
Well, all right. In my mind, I felt to myself like, you know, the Jamaican artists, like they were like in a world of their own, you know?
True.
Like they were dominating the market by themselves, and everywhere I go in the UK, I'm seeing many talented artists. I mean, literally like talented, very talented artists. And I said to myself, you know what? We can do the same, but UK, but we need that gritty sound that they have. Because, you know, Jamaica, when it comes to reggae, they have that gritty bass, they have that, you know, that feel.
Yeah.
So, having said that, it was like, it was inevitable because, you know, in the music, to produce something which many other people was producing, and, you know, artists were recording, but I needed to make my own platform because things I had in my brain, some producers, when I get the rhythm, it's like, I like it, but it needs, you know, and sometimes you can't tell another producer said, put in a little something less or take out that little. You know, sometimes the
It becomes offensive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you became part of that fold, that Jamaica fold. How did that connection come into play?
That connection came into play by, like I said, Kennedy President Mensah, my publisher, and you know, he made connections with Ranx.
I'm with you.
Yes, and he made, you know, the link with Tarantula.
Okay, yes. Fraggy Mad Squad and them people there.
Yes.
Okay.
They were all signed to his publishing, you know, so
I'm with you.
You know, that's how I you know, I recorded for Pure Music, which is Ranx, you know, his label. I've recorded for Mad Spider, which is Tarantula, and the Mad Squad, you know. So that's how I got into some of them Jamaican rhythms as well, you know.
Right. I'm with you. Sharon, over to you.
You know, I just had a question just now. Let me think what I was gonna ask him. In regards to those links now, I'm gonna have to just piggyback off of 10 Star. To me, it's a big deal being in the UK and just knowing you, I guess you could call it the crossover, you crossed over. You know what I'm saying? You crossed over to that link. That's not an easy task. No. You know what I'm saying? It is not an easy task by far. I know I'm here in the US and I know there's talent, so many people.
Yeah.
Talent beyond words. I mean, even with us here, I mean, me and my husband, we have a studio here and we got the music and everything, but it is not easy. So when you eventually got into that door, did you find, was it difficult to keep up? You know what I'm saying? With trying to get this music, like, how was that exactly? Like, what was that question and what was your inspiration aside from, it's going to be gritty, but how?
Well, you know, the fun, I don't know, music is funny, you know, because sometimes some rhythms come and, you know, the big names artists are on the rhythm. But then when I hear the rhythm, I'm saying, I find nothing. Sometimes I think about the producer, big producer, that I have to do something special, you know, and then I think, but the rhythm, it now grabbed me. But then I would record. And sometimes it's a song that I never really liked, but everybody like it. And sometimes I realize now and understanding going through that process, when you record a song, it's not what you think is a hit song or a great song or a nice song. It's what people think. And that's why I always listen, I open my ears, and I always take criticism and the compliments, you know, because that can only build you in this music. And that's where you have to stay focused. You know, and keeping up with them in Jamaica, with the twang and the slang them and the style them. And
you have to know what you
have to know your thing, you know.
You have to know your thing. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Precisely.
Because, you know, I always liken them to the likes of Harry Toddler and Elephant Man, because you always have that presence about you.
Yeah, he does. 100%.
I try to, you know, deliver different styles. I don't stay in one style. Like, I can sing, I can DJ, you know, I can do a little bit of, you know, sing J, deep voice, high pitch, you know, change the thing around. So when they hear, they'll be like, is that BabyBoom? No, man, him singing on the deep voice. No, man, that BabyBoom. So, you know, keep everybody on their toes, if you understand.
That keeps you relevant, though. You understand? That's what makes you unique.
And you know what, Sharon, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, sometimes, you know, music, you have a segment where it's just reggae. Reggae starts to dominate. And if you're a DJ and you can't ride those rhythms, you get left behind.
Of course.
You know, but then dancehall come now, and if you're a reggae artist and you can't really go up on the dancehall rhythm, then you're gonna get left behind. So if you can go on the studio ones, the reggae one drops, hip hop, dancehall, you know, R&B, you can always stay relevant.
That's what I love about this guy. Stick a pin, Sharon.
Yes, man. Yes.
Listen now, baby. You know much time I have to tell you that song.
This is kind of like wallpaper ready from back in the day.
You know me put my trust in you. And you know me love you about that. But sometimes you make me feel like loving you is a crime, you know.
Girl, I've been hurt so many times. Tell me what's a man to do. Falling in love makes you blind, confused at the time. Tell me what's a man to do. Anytime you walk out the door, got me insecure. Tell me what's a man to do. No, I can't take it no more. I wanna know for sure. Tell me what's a man to do. Girlfriend, the things where you would do me make me uncomfortable. Everything a bubble up and boil up like a kettle. You want to tell me things, I want me sit down and tackle. Big man thing me not stoop to your level. Woman, nowadays true love hard to find. Me really want to lock you in this heart of mine. You make me feel so like you squeeze piece of line. So take a note from me punchline. Girl, I've been hurt so many times, so many times. Tell me what's a man to do. Falling in love makes you blind, confused after time. Tell me what's a man to do.
Me love that tune there, man. Me love that tune there.
Listen.
And so you learned to ride, you know, reggae, old school rhythms. You understood the essence of the foundation of our industry.
Right.
You know, that's what it spelled to me, you know, because some people do not know the essence under which our industry was built. They kind of forget that and leave it behind. One thing I love is like, I've got a wide range, you know, of all your music, from dancehall to everything. And it's gratifying to hear that you understood the assignments, you know. What I found in the 90s, right, is there was a lot of gun songs going on. And there was a lot of slackness that is going on. The slackness kind of stayed with us. The gun songs kind of are still lingering out there, you know. What is it you understand as to where dancehall music is right now? And what do you think needs to be done, especially when you see where Afrobeat is?
Okay. Honestly, where I see dancehall has gone, it's gone to hip hop. It's you know, it's been, dancehall has been a dum 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 dum. It's a pattern, it's a standard, you know. But now they've added, I mean, the younger generation, I'm not knocking them. They're doing what they, you know, what they feel inside, just like what the 90s and 80s, you know, dancehall artists used to do. But the things that are being said in the songs are worse than them 90s slack dancehall. It is very derogatory if you're, you know, from a woman's perspective. You know, they really go too far. And sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, you have to have boundaries. They you know, there's so many topics you can sing about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
If Sean Paul can sing a song about shake your booty, you don't need to go any deeper than that.
Yeah.
You know? So understanding the levels of the music, because once it goes down that derogatory avenue, the younger generation who they're singing to thinks this is the way things should be,
right,
and be done. And this is what's leading the younger youth them to the, you know, the crime and all these things. All they need to do, tone it down. You can sing about little hustling money, you can sing about how pretty the girls them is, you can sing about reality, the struggles. There's so many topics.
So let's just take a little tiny piece of what we're talking about, dancehall and slackness. Yeah. Do you think it has its place within dancehall?
All right.
Or should it have its own genre? Because there's no getting away from the slackness. I know it's been there since the days of Prince Buster and you name it. You know, you can go as far back as that.
Me, I'm not gonna say it should be, because me as a dancehall artist, you know, I will put out maybe one of them raunchy song there, but still there's a balance, you know, and keeping that balance in, because you can put one raunchy song, but it's how you deliver the song. You know, you can change words in a song, but still have the same vision in your mind.
Yeah.
You know, and that comes down to reading and educating yourself. You know, and creativity. So if I can say, you know, I bought a loaf of bread, you could say, I went to the shop and the baker met the bread. You see, there's many different ways of saying one thing. And that comes with creativity. Not just what comes out, but actually thinking about it. you know.
So as you speak, you continue to open cans of worms. So here's another can of worms you just opened. Do you think creativity has died a death?
I think it's lacking.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's lacking because, you know, sometimes back in them days, you used to have a song where it's a telephone conversation, you know, and, you know, everybody's just doing something totally different. Maybe a gospel song and, you know, they sing it back in a dance, you know, a church song. And creativity,
Yeah.
you know.
So, and especially, you know, when we look at the level, like a lot of people are now agreeing that there must be a connection with a lot of the raunchy songs that are being sung, you know, slackness, and the gun songs, with the rate of crime that seems to be surging in Jamaica, especially, right? Would you say there's a connection with the music, the lyrical content of dancehall songs out there right now with the current surge in crime?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, because, you know, music is a form of expression. I see music as an expression. So what you would see, what you would hear, or what you've experienced, or somebody's experienced close to you, that is something that, you know, if you write it down, it will flow naturally because that's what you're accustomed to, you know. And putting that on a rhythm, that is creativity in a sense, but there's levels of it, and that's the problem, because that's all, it's the life that they're living at the moment. You know, there's no work, there's no, you know, no food, no money. So, you know, certain things to survive, that's what they're doing and singing about. But every music, hip hop does it, you know, soca does it, grime, rap, everything, you know. So I don't think dancehall and, you know, certain gun lyrics is the cause of that, because poverty strikes before that.
Okay. Interesting viewpoint.
Huh? What did you say, B?
Very interesting viewpoint.
That actually is. It's really making me think, because he's right. If it does make a lot of sense, you know. Then I'm of course I really don't listen to the gunman lyrics too much. Sometimes it's just too much, but it is, of course, an expression, an extension of what is going on in their life, right?
I'm wondering, Sharon, if what he said is a generational thing. You know, does that apply to a certain generation? And reason why I say that, maybe there was a certain generation that understood that. You understand? But I'm also wondering in my head if there's another generation that has misunderstood the lyrical content and is playing upon what they hear and thinking that it's true. You go out there, kill anybody, whatever. I mean, I heard a story of a man who was near a bus stop and he had his head chopped off with a cutlass, whoop, just like that.
But you know what, 10 Star, to be honest, you know, if you're going to sing a song of your expression and, you know, what you feel, what you've experienced, and, you know, there's somebody out there that's going to take that song and literally do what you are, you know, implying in a song or witness, that becomes a problem, not because of what you've sung, but it's how people are perceiving it. Yes, you know, and that sometimes they go through struggles, you know, sometimes it's a mental state thing, you know, and, you know, sometimes people grow rough and like they think this is the only thing they know. And, you know, I think we should have all a year of just positive music and we will see a difference. I guarantee you.
Yeah, we agree 100%. Again, you touched on a very good subject. You know, we did have a show 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we can have about the mental state of everyone. We consider mental health to be, I consider it, because I definitely said that, it is plaguing our communities. It's plaguing the world, right? Some of them people are able to go out there and perform. When they go home, they're back into their state. I'm gonna give an example of one in particular, and they say, what is it? Kanye West. Now, Kanye West has issues. Without the shadow of a doubt, he could go on stage and if the mind tell him to flip out, and why flip out.
Yeah.
And things is gonna come out. It is very rampant, unfortunately. It's very, very rampant. I'm understanding a lot of artists, aside from the rest, are going through that struggle. So for those, I guess we can address this in all kind of ways, because if those people suffering from mental health do hear a song, the gun song, the person delivering the music now is just talking about what he's seen or what's happened. And the other person now who's not too right in the head is going to be like, I'm going to go, I'm going to do that. I need that. Why? I feel, you know what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword.
It is.
It's a double-edged sword. So exactly what you stated, though, Tenstar and I have definitely expressed this. If just everybody get on a trend, get on a train,
but
and
also, you know, Sharon,
start doing positive music. Yes, go ahead.
But also, you know, that song goes out, you know, there's going to be people who say, you know, that him write the rhythm good and him connect the words, you know, wordplay and, you know, metaphors and all these things. But the artist is not responsible for you know, for that certain individual that would go out there and.
Precise, but yeah, you have to say, but that's the truth. That's the truth. That's like them saying, they're going to take the guns off the street, but it's not. Guns that kill people, people kill people. People have to pick up that gun and you have to, it's not going to shoot itself. So again, it's a double-edged sword.
I don't just want to attribute this like how we're talking about this. I just do not want it to just be about dancehall music, but also I want to also stake claim to movies also that people watch also has an influence on what they see. And especially
I think it's a bigger influence because you're actually seeing it.
Your visuals,
you know. And okay, if you check what in music actually catches people, the music is good, you listen to MP3, but what do they sit down and glue themselves to? The music videos. So the visuals play a bigger factor because they're thinking, look how easy that was, and in the movie him get away from police, and you know, him still are doing things like, you know, they feel like I can do the same.
Right. Of course.
And, yeah, man. It's a tough situation, and
it's tough, but then when you really look at it exactly how we're examining it, really it is what it is. It's in your face. If you put the videos on, you know, you're showing the videos and the girls are half naked, then you're gonna have an artist like, yeah man, we can do it. You know what I'm saying? It really is, you know, really thinking about it, it's a double-edged sword. There's no way around it. I just feel that everybody has a choice at the end of the day.
Yes.
Pick your battles. If that's where you want to go and that works for you, by all means, but that's only for a time.
But also understand the consequences that come attached to certain things.
Right.
That's the part that they fail to understand.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I think if you're going to sing a song of that, you know, of that level with so much detail, then you need to input what would happen if you do that.
Exactly.
Because then you'd get you know, you get the front and the ending of the book.
And the ending of it, the only telling the part of the story. Precisely. That's what I'm saying. If that works for you, do that. That's why I said it's a choice. What you want to put out there, it's a choice, because no matter what choice you have, there's a consequence. Good consequence and bad consequence. Either way, it's a choice. So it depends on where you want to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I would like to see, and like I said, you're a young man and it is within you. Like I would say, I'm charging you to continue the works. You know what I'm saying? Keep the positivity going, because you've already opened certain doors. Certain doors have been opened for you.
Yes.
And not everybody gets that opportunity.
No.
And since it's for you, you're going to have to make the right choice, because God now bless you for nothing, you know.
God not
The
sleep.
moment you start slide, you be so fast. So
Trust me.
kick out the leg from under you.
Trust me.
That easy.
And
Ask him if he understands the assignment.
Yeah.
And coming onto that same subject, that's why my album, Jah Bless Me, has some strong positive and
see.
Oh, that's my first album, and I wanted it to have a message, you know.
Yeah.
Certain messages within the album that if you really sit down and look at it,
yeah,
you can understand which part I'm coming from. So my mother always tell me, God not sleep. And
he's not sleeping. Yes.
Be careful what you wish for. Right, might happen.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
100%. That's exactly where I was even going with that. Like, we have to be mindful that when God does open that door for you, it's not for nothing. You have to use it, and then you continue to bless others and try to pull them in that direction. That is the assignment for us all, and I'm beginning to understand that more and more every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these young people, a lot of artists in the US, and they're making this big money, and I'm gonna buy this and I'm gonna buy that. All of a sudden, they may either take sick, and they're on some kind of drugs.
Yep.
The mind gone, and they don't even know why.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you just took you done blocked your whole blessing by doing stupidness.
Yep.
Right? Feeling that you have all this money, you got this power, you could do what you want. No, there is 100% higher being. You know what I'm saying? I witnessed that every day and like, boy, look at that.
Yep.
What happened to you? Look at that.
And I always say that. I always say sometimes you have to know where you're coming from in order to know where you're going.
Without question.
And understand that certain things you do in your life have impact on other people. Yes. You have to be careful, especially if you have children as well. You have to kind of know what you're doing.
And there's that part right there. You forget, so you have children and they're growing up. What are you instilling in them?
Exactly.
Right? They're going to always feel like, why my daddy do this, you know, so me can do it and more.
No, I not go so. What good for Quark or no good for you, you know. So you have
yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's why I'm very careful. You know, I might do a girl song, but me like to talk about the woman them pretty and round and nice and brown and cute, you know.
And that's all right. That's all right, because we are. That's all right.
No wrong with that.
No wrong with that.
And you can still get the same vibes from it. Yeah,
you can. Yeah. You can, and that's what it is. I always say the problem with a lot of that type of music is nobody's leaving anything to the imagination.
And the imagination can, it can make
that's what I'm saying.
Sweet.
Nothing is left to, everything's just thrown out there. So you're not going to be surprised. Yeah, you don't be surprised by nothing. It doesn't mean anything. They're not leaving anything to the imagination. And I wish that.
But you know, one thing is they don't understand they are devaluing our Black women as well. So understand where the thing is. You have to be proud of your woman, you have to be proud of your mother. So you have to, keep them on a high level this up. But when you start go down this up, well if,
Exactly.
Is that something that is always on your mind, especially, away from the interviews and you're in your world, and a rhythm comes to you and a girl's song, comes to mind. Are you always conscious of what you're writing down?
Yeah. Before dancehall, used to be like, you can throw this word in and that word in. But you see, Kennedy, President Mensah, himself, BabyBoom, listen to me. You have girl child. You can't sing certain things. You have a mother. You can't sing certain things. You can try and get that image across, but you have to find another way to say it.
Yes.
Which is more appealing and make people listen. Boy, I can imagine where am I saying about him not say it that way. Which you still have respect.
Let me ask you a question again. Is the industry missing a men's cyanide?
Yes.
You know why I said that, right? You know why I said that, right?
Tell me.
Because of all the things he's enlightening you with. He's enlightening you with knowledge. And it seems that is the thing that is missing.
Yes.
In the industry, dancehall industry.
Let me tell you, 10 Star, tell you this. The easiest thing to do is to write a derogatory song, because anything will come in your mind, you kind of say.
Yeah.
And sometimes these artists will go to the depths to say something where people, oh my God, he really said that.
Yeah.
But you know where the real creativity comes from? Yeah. When you dim that down and you polish it up, that's where the creativity starts.
Right.
Because then you know you can go to the end of the world and come back and still have more to say.
Right.
You know, as an artist.
Because I know for a fact, if you're voicing for a man like Chris Peckings.
Big up Chris Peckings.
Talk to me about Chris Peckings and this new project, Jah Bless Me.
Boy. Yo, you know what, me not like 10 Star, you know what? When I first got the first rhythm, I have to big up Milton Campbell, you know. Because he linked me around a Stingray, you know. You see me? And he said, nah, man, you have to voice for Chris. I'm phoning Chris now. And I said, what? So when Chris sent me the rhythm, asked my wife, when I said to her, this rhythm's from Chris Peckings, you know, it's like Peckings rhythm. Studio one. I said, I can't find nothing to go up on the rhythm. I can't find nothing. Because I want it to be perfect, you know?
Yeah.
And she told me, yo, relax yourself. Just do what you do. Just write your song and voice your song. Mm-hmm. And then I sang highest set of grades for Peckings. Right. You know, and Chocolate with Tarrus Riley. And the list goes on, I'm telling you. So many. Let's just do a little extravaganza, a little snippet. Take a listen.
Blessings from Jah, guide and protect me, so the wicked heart never conquer me.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Give thanks and praise to the Most High. Jah bless me. Jah bless me. Jah bless me from these enemies that surround me. Jah bless me. Jah bless me. Jah bless me from these enemies that surround me. Jah bless me with that talent me go sing, yeah. Jah bless me from the earth as a king, yeah. Jah bless me when me going out and me coming in. Jah blessing is so pure like the water from the spring. Me not stop say Jah is me everything. Him teach me to forgive the wicked hearts where I sin. Jah pull me cup with beer love to the brim. Give thanks and me still breathing. Jah bless me. Jah bless me from these enemies that surround me.
The Live Conversation Show.
Me no want sleep at jail again. Here the boom again. Alright, me go sudden early one Sunday morning. Me hear a knock on me door. Pull it up again. Me no want sleep at jail again. Here the boom again. Alright, me go sudden early one Sunday morning. Me hear a knock on me door. Me take a look through me window. Me see say that me house surrounded by 5-0. Them use a button and a beat on me door and a tell me life flat on the floor. Rate me base and find 2 pound of weed and a say me a get lock up for sure.
Well, this is BabyBoom representing. Oh, I feel so I feel high. I feel high. Not touch the white thing, me not touch the coke. A ganja me step on the weed, me take out of the eyes that a weed. We a puff. The eyes that a great man a puff. Pull it up again. Pull it up again. Pull it up
again. Brilliant album. I can play every track to my family member, mixed properly. You know, anything to do with Chris Peckings and the Peckings family is stellar. You know, talk to me about the whole album process and how it came to be, what it was like working with Chris and the whole full 9 yards.
Well, you know, honestly, Chris and Duke Peckings, the two of them, like musical geniuses, I'm telling you. Not only music, you know, as people, as brothers, you know, like, I don't know, I think their spirit, their energy is, you know, why people gravitate to them. And, you know, working on this album was Chris. One day I went down to Peckings record shop and, you know, through Milton, big up Milton again, you get me? I went down there and Chris reel off some rhythms, and, you know, when I used to play sound, you see some of them rhythms, I used to hear them. I used to have the vocal, like, you know, the dub, and I couldn't write it. I just write a little piece when I no talk. So when we get the rhythm, I said, no, you said, Jah never sleep, you know. You see me? Jah is never late, you know. You understand? And nothing happened before the time. Right. And linking Chris and, you know, I think I recorded about 20-25 songs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I recorded a lot. And I'm still recording for him till this day. We still have some more songs, you know, only. So, you know, and then what we had to do was we had to shorten the album down. Yeah, we had to pick and choose, you know, which ones are going to make the cut. And
was that difficult?
Yeah. It was something, say, Chris, me love that song. Chris, me love that song there. I have a song which, you know, the little youth, them, you know, I kill them one another and I stab them one another.
Right.
It goes like this. Hear me now, no brother man, no kill another brother man. Nobody go gym tree man, climb on the ladder man. Nobody change and go switch like the weather man. No kill another brother man. Time for unite and love one another man. Me want to see a brother help another brother man. You know see how the streets are run redder man. The time I get dread, brother man, listen, brother, that song them feel it spiritually, you know. You see me? Me feel it deep within, and me say, Chris, me want that. Chris said, no, put that one upon it. I'll go hold back that song, hold it. So we you know, we put the Tarrus Riley, and I mixed the album, I mix and master the album in 2 weeks, you know, so yeah, man.
What was it like working with Tarrus Riley of all people? Tarrus Riley, you know?
Yeah.
Well, all right, you see Chris Peckings? With Chris, you know, Chris will call me and said, boom, you know, I have an idea. I'm saying, yeah, what? He said, you see that hold me really right. Tarrus has a tune called Chocolate. But I can hear the different complexions of the skin tones of our black women. You know, we have the dark chocolate, we have the caramel, and we have the cappuccino. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Boom, I need something like that. Please. Mr. Send it. When he sent it and I voiced it, I think he was at home and he said, yo, he couldn't sleep that night because the way how he visioned it is the way how I delivered the song, you know?
That's deep.
Yeah, man. So
beautiful.
Well, it's all about the dark chocolate, girl, them alone you have the caramel, girl, me love them skin tone, you have the cocoa butter brown, me love how them a room. Toady, girl, them nice, me can't leave them alone, you have the milk chocolate, girl, them so nice, you have the pretty brown one day, you have to me choice, me have to wake up to me espresso, me can't function without me cappuccino. Mad.
Let's play that tune.
Now here come the musical thing called BabyBoom alongside Tarrus Riley. For all my ladies.
The son of Jimmy Riley, Tarrus Riley, and the man called BabyBoom.
Start it. Miss my chocolate, my warm chocolate. Me want chocolate. Oh, I need my chocolate. Me need a hot chocolate. Tell her. Miss my chocolate, my warm chocolate. Me want chocolate. Oh, I need my chocolate. Yo, Tarrus, me can't say something. Well, it's not about the dark chocolate, y'all. Them I don't you have the caramel, y'all. Me love them skin tone. You have the cocoa butter brown. Me love how them a room. So the girl them nice, me can't leave them. I don't you have the.
Let me ask you something. Does your brain ever switch off when it comes to lyrics?
Yo, Tenstar, I'm not lying to you. I'm going to tell you something, yeah. Sometimes when I hear Riddim, sometimes I force song my voice, and I have to choose which song to give the producer. You know?
So you're so dangerous.
Once the rhythm sweet, you know, the rhythm just catchy, you know?
Yeah.
So, like 4 different topics, and I just send one, and, you know?
Right. I mean, it's an amazing album. Here's the beauty of what you've been able to achieve with that album, which was produced by the Peckings brothers, right? You've been able to produce a timeless album, which will always be relevant for years to come, years after me dead and gone. 3, 4, 5 generations will still be jigging to this particular album.
Precisely. 100%.
Sharon, where I say?
100%. 100%.
You know, my
that is a blessing, because it goes back to what I was saying before. Yeah. Some of the music being produced now, it's here and it gone tomorrow. Yours is here to stay.
Yeah.
Yours is here to stay. That is blessings, brother. Blessings.
And that's, you know, like, God bless me track is, you know, when I was growing, my mother said, you know, she prayed for me when I go out, you know, you know, the streets and things as a young youth. And when I'm coming in, you know, she prays.
Without question. Without question. You got to pray for your comings and your goings.
Yeah. And she said to me as well, she said, you know what, God bless you with a talent, you know, to sing. And if you use that tool, you can help people. I'm not lying to you. Like, even people from not in our culture have messaged me and said, you know, a particular song brought them back to a time, you know, where they were at a low point. And to me, that's job done, you know, because music, that's what music is for, uplifting and
upliftment. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it will bring you back to a time in life where, you know,
absolutely,
and guide you and get you through it. So
timeless.
Yes.
Timeless music.
I'm truly grateful, honestly.
So what did your parents think about "God Bless Me" album by BabyBoom, their son?
My mom plays it. She has it on her phone. She plays it every day.
Because, you know, that's mommy and daddy's generation, you know.
Yeah, man. And my father have it 9 car. And they're proud. I'm telling you.
I'm the son this, you know, my son.
Yeah, man. I hear you,
my son, you know, turn it up, man, turn it up.
Yeah, man, you hear a song for the radio, so, you know. Yeah.
It must feel good when you produced an album like that and people are giving you your glory, your flowers, you know what I mean? Giving you your ratings after doing it for so many years. You produce an album and suddenly, I'm pretty sure everything makes sense to you now. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, the purpose is there. You can feel why.
Purpose.
Yeah.
Is that why you went into helping other artists and so forth? What was the mindset behind that?
Could you repeat that again for me, please?
Like now that you're also, featuring other artists on your productions, you have Rebel. Tell me about your production company and the artists that you're working with.
Okay, well, my production company is called Rebel World Records. It's REBLE, not EL,
Yeah.
You try to switch the thing, you see. Rebel World Records, working with the artists. Oh my gosh, I know what it feels to have your song played on the radio when you hear it back for the first time. I know how it feels when you hear other artists or other producers or even just people in general saying, yo, that song there, bad, that song there. And that gives you that burning fire, but you wanna go and create more music, and highlighting the artists that I work with because I feel it's only right. And even if I was an international artist, I will be pulling them through the door with me because the cake is big and everybody can get a slice. It's not meant to me. You understand?
That is what is missing in this industry, the camaraderie.
Yes.
Of pulling up your fellow man. That's a problem. Both female and male alike.
Yes.
The camaraderie is missing, and that needs to be instilled.
Yes.
Again, we all can get a piece.
Yeah. Because if you check it, if you buy a ticket today for the lottery, and Miss Sharon buys a ticket tomorrow, and I buy a ticket the third day, and we all win on each day, then we all become millionaires.
You see, yeah.
Yes.
So that means there is enough to share.
Right.
There is enough to share.
You understand? So, like with these artists, I love young artists. I love even old artists that have the talent and can deliver. I will work with them straight through.
Yeah.
And to have Wayne Wonder, Deli Ranx, Tarantula,
Bad General,
Bad General, Michael Rose, Capital D, Charmaine X from UK, Tyneal from New York, Gaza Kim from Jamaica, Aisha Davis from Jamaica. I made a Riddim with just 4 females because I wanted to highlight some of the females in the industry.
Right.
It's dominated by males mostly.
Yes.
So I voiced 4 females on the Riddim called the Holding Strong, and they delivered on that Riddim. I'm telling you,
Tell me the mindset behind that, because and this is something that Sharon and I have been talking about, because we've been talking about for every male artist we have on the show, we really want to see more females represented. And I find it's such an important point that you just made there. Tell me how important that was for you in order for the females to shine.
It's very important to me, because I have 3 sisters and a brother. So I know how the females, up kind of, and I have 4 girls. Well, 5 girls and 2 boys. So I understand.
Busy man.
Salute.
Oh, what a busy man.
Go ahead.
I understand, that side of, the emotions and the feelings, and sometimes they can work hard and still feel like they haven't done enough when they have. They should be right beside, some of those male predominant artists and, people in this industry that are shining. And honestly, some of them don't have the talent. Some of them don't have half the talent, but some of these female artists have. And I wanted to highlight that. I just wanted to put them at the forefront, with my name behind it. And if they get the recognition, and if they bust and get signed by the majors, I'm more happy, because that was, that's the intention.
Tell me about the team that is backing you, because you've got to have a good team behind you. Share that information with us.
Okay. Well, Back to the Future Music Limited. Yeah, the president and the first lady, President Kennedy Mensah. Yeah.
Kennedy Mensah, yeah.
Mentor me and, you know, show me how artists for dep on time when them are go a show. Artists for, if you say something, you for do it. You can't just say yes and, you know?
Yeah.
Have to be, yeah, you have to be on point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he showed me how to respect other people. Because, you know, as a young you growing up, your head hot and you know, want more people can't tell you this and, you know, a thing. I understand people like me have feelings too. People have emotions like how I would have emotions. So you have to bear that in mind when you're dealing with people from different backgrounds, different ethnicities.
Yeah, true.
Because the same way how we will get ignorant, maybe somebody from a different background won't, and you think they don't care, but they do. So you have to understand that.
Yeah.
So being in that same element, choral consciously, which is, you know, she does my PR, you know.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay.
Work, you know?
Blessings.
So the team.
We have Martin, which Mensah?
Kennedy, President
Kennedy Mensah. And we have Choral Consciously.
Yes. So Back to the Future Music.
Oh,
Right.
that's right. Choral conscious. Yes.
Okay, brilliant. Okay.
And also another artist which inspired me as well is Ranx.
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 Yeah.
Real veteran and tough DJ, tough producer. He really has shined over the years. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And still shining, you know?
And still shining, yeah. And his label is Pure
Music Productions.
Pure Music Productions, yes. Anything by him, you know, you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
Cannot go wrong. And I realized that you and him have had that association for a long time. Yeah. We want to just play one or two more tunes by yourself. Like I say, you have that brilliant album which is called Jah Bless Me. It's going to be around for a very long time. You cannot go wrong with that album right there. And I know that hopefully there's going to be another like Chris Peckings.
Yeah, man, definitely. Yes. And by my own label as well, you know, so we're going to be...
There you go. You got too many tunes out there. I don't even know where to start, you know. Okay, let's go with this one.
Love dancehall. Me now want none of them. BabyBoom Jeffrey Michael. Sing. Me now want none of them. None of them. Me now want none of them. Me now want none of them. Me now want none of them. None of them.
Look here, bad mind, them a talk, say. Wicked people a talk, say. That's how you need to mind no business. I progress, so what things, say. Look here, wicked people a talk, say. Look here, bad mind, them a talk, say. Somehow you need to let people business. Because I progress, so what things.
We cut them off and them no know. We separate them real friends, them from the foes. Bad mind in on them blood. Shoot them dear it a blow. Chat them out, them look face. Chat certain things for them no know. One thing when me know. Family color no grow. Them want to see you dead. Woulda why your blood flow. Them what you wanna free you when your money start grow. Go tell them. Bad mind thing and not everything I war. Mike. With
not for your BabyBoom, man. Nothing but BabyBoom now, man. One thing I do know, though, that you can never go wrong if you purchase a song by BabyBoom. I just find myself click, and buying your music regardless. And that's the beautiful thing about you, is that, you know, I could see your name, and even before hearing it, I know that it's going to be A class.
Yeah, well, you know, like Kennedy, President Mensah, we always talk, and he always tell me, we are not perfect as humans, but we can always strive to be. And striving to be perfect, you're along that success road, because you would know deep down within your heart what it takes to do the right thing.
Where do you want to see dancehall music in the UK?
Billboard. It's plaques, Grammys for UK artists in the dancehall and reggae industry.
Absolutely. That me want to talk.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, and the artists them for just let go that selfish thing there. If we work to a team, we can achieve the goal, you know.
Absolutely.
Talk to fellow dancehall artists, whether it's here in the UK or Jamaica. You know, what do we need to do to get back on track? It's very clear, and don't get me wrong, I love the fact that Afrobeat is where it's at. It's been a long time coming. They're making crazy money, but I can't help thinking this is where dancehall artists should have been in the first place. Because where Afrobeat artists are, it's not just assigned to just one or two people. There's a whole load of them making some crazy money. So talk to people.
Well, look, my brothers and sisters in the music industry from Jamaica to Europe, to England, you know, and me, BabyBoom, is saying, one hand can't clap. Yeah. So understanding this, working together, doesn't mean that you're the bigger man or that person's bigger than you, because we're all driving in the same direction. So, you know, so if we can get there and pull someone else through, that is what we should be doing, and take our music, our reggae music, our dancehall music to a higher level. Respect it, love it, cherish it, and know to ourselves that we have something that's worth more than diamond, pearl, and gold. This is something that cannot be taken from us because we create it. So love and be loved, and share the love and help one another. That's all we need to do. Let go the hype, let go the big talking, let go the who have the most money business, and work and produce good music that can make our kids and feed them kids reap from it. You understand?
I want you to know that over
A
here.
round of applause, please. A round of applause. You hear that kind of talk? And that me
Well on. Sharon wants to hear the round of applause. Well on. Everything is going wonky around here. I'm not too sure why. But don't worry. We'll get the round of applause before the show is over.
Yeah.
Let me just reboot my system. But, you know, let Sharon, give him his flowers, man. Give him his flowers.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. The round of applause was going to sum it up, but BabyBoom, you, again, are being charged to continue the good works. You see it? What you just said meant, it meant a lot. And hopefully everyone that's listening, because you are definitely making moves. I want to give you your flowers today, which is why you're here, to salute you on what you're doing. You are very relevant. You have no problems moving in different parts, and you can just jump into and make it work. You know what I'm saying? You appeal to every age group. Let's put it that way. You appeal to every age group. The young can vibe, and the old man can say, "Yeah, man, I like that little rubber dub thing there. You know, I like me." You're attacking everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I think that's what makes you so relevant, is that you have something for everybody. It's not just one thing, it's something. That's big.
I realize that you can't please everybody, so that's why I try to do a variety of music.
But that's what I'm saying. Right, but you've learned that that's what makes you. Anybody that we interview, anybody that comes on the show, there is a reason why we bring you on to give you your flowers, because of your uniqueness. You are unique within your whole self.
Thank you very much, Sharon. I mean, it means a lot, trust me.
Seriously, that's what it is. You are very unique. Everybody has their own style. You got yours, and you just have just different parts of your characteristic that works. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's just a very beautiful thing to see a young Black man A good looking too, yeah. You good looking, me, I understand. But yeah, I'm much couple of girls, them good looking too, you know. Good looking too. Right? 10 something about me.
Elliot, Sharon needs some ice water.
You don't need ice water, but just air. It's a nice looking young man. I mean, like to see. As much as for all of that, you're very real, man. You're not. It's not all up in your head. You're doing the right thing. Like God bless you. Your mother and father is a good one. This so God bless them.
Bless him. I do right now. You have me a blush.
I know I can do that. You can do that. We're good for that.
Yeah. You know, from the time that, you know, Lee, your brother, who's a good friend of mine from way back when, and Lee used to work in Jetstar, he used to work at Dove Vendor, he used to work everywhere, and me and him used to move together, man. And he was a great guy. He told me about you, and every time he spoke about you, he was never wrong about you, ever, you know. And I feel blessed to know that you're on our show, telling your story from where you've come from. You know, you as a singer, DJ, you know, producer, you know, and working with other artists, not just thinking about yourself, but thinking about others. You're carrying people with you. It's exactly what we need, that love, that genuine love. Because people who don't have love in their heart can't do what you're doing.
No, it's important to have that, you know, because no matter where we have today, we take everything away from you. We are just a man and we are just a woman. That's all you have. It's our word, and our word should be our bond, you know. And I always tell everybody, love and be loved, you know. Look after yourself and look after others the same way you'd love them to look after them. You know?
Amen. And let me just get my little round of applause. Well on. So, Baby Boom, you know, we come to the part of the show where we throw questions at, you know, to you from anybody who's in the audience who wants to, you know, send you a question. Now's the time to do that. So if anybody has a question for Baby Boom, now's the time to do that before we end the show. So if you'd like to say anything, please do so now.
Wait, I'm going to say something real quick because I have got to get out here, get back to you know where.
Okay,
Yes, Baby Boom. I'm about to be a grandmother. Me know say me look young.
Congratulations.
The first one, but you know, look how God bless me.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Give him or her a big kiss for me, see?
I will, my little one. Oh no, she's a young woman, but still, yeah. So my first, that's what I've been on and off, just checking. Everybody keeps calling. So she says she's a little hungry while she's in labor, and I'm gonna go over there with the local food. Say, what an honor.
You know what? And thank you. You know, I know you're very busy, and I really appreciate your time. You know.
Man, you know enough to say that. We're very appreciative of your time, and you got to work this morning and come back and come to show you.
Well, at 3:30, me start work this morning.
Well, see there, I think I was up at 6 or 7, running back and forth. But it's been a pleasure, and you know what? The biggest honor for me is that you're a rise man, right? You're a rise man, me's a rise girl. You represent me. I love it. That's probably one of the biggest highlights. And when I did read your bio, and I was like, please don't tell me this man come from Rise, because I think my head's gonna go off, man.
Yeah, man.
Exciting.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. Listen, 10 Star, make sure I have the links in now, because I'm gonna be dropping you a little word or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, right.
I'll kill it both.
Right, keep the links. It's honestly, I have to keep the link. So you represent me, everything that I grew up with. And it's a really great feeling. It honest to God is. So I wish you well.
Likewise.
I 100% support you, and I love your music, love your style. I will be dropping you little messages saying, "Oh, that's wicked, did not love that one." I will be the one to do that.
Okay.
All right, brother.
Very much.
Star, I'm gonna let you know what's happening later. To everybody in the room, Sharon.
Gang, you go do what you gotta do, girl.
Love and blessings. Love and blessings. Yeah?
Yes.
All right, bye.
All right. So anybody in the audience who would like to send Baby Boom a message, you can do so now. If not, we're going to end the show. So if you'd like to say a word or two, now's the time to do so. So Baby Boom, all I'd like to say to you, it's been an absolute pleasure for you to be on the show. You know, I know you've been working today. You know, your journey so far is an excellent one. I look forward to the next 20 years of your journey, you know, and the huge impact that you're going to make on the world, not just the UK, but the world, you know. And I pray I live long enough to see you picking up a Billboard or a Grammy, you know. Because God bless you, brother. Anything you'd like to say to anybody out there, give them links, you know, where they can find you.
Yeah, man. You know, as like I said, you can link up Baby Boom at www.rebel, REBLE, world, WORLD, records, RECORDS.com. You can also follow me on Facebook, which is BabyBoom1. You know, IG is @official BabyBoom, and also at Rebel World, REBLEWORLD. You know, also check out Coral Consciously Promotions, hardworking female, which, you know, right now she's promoting a lot of artists. So look out for her doing big things. Big up the whole Back to the Future family, the president and the first lady always. You see me? Big up Peckings, big up Stingray, big up everybody. Some who me no member for say, big up on yourself, because you don't know nothing but love and respect. All to my fans out there, you know, thank you for supporting Baby Boom. I appreciate all, you know, your comments, your shares, your likes, you know, and I'm truly and humbly grateful. And 10 Star, give thanks for the opportunity to come on your platform, you know, and share, you know, my background, my knowledge, my history with your fans and, you know, people who's probably gonna watch this again. And Sharon Bentley, I'd love to link up, you know, future down the line, you know, and, you know, see what we can work out and things. So, you know, give thanks again, 10 Star.
You're welcome.
You know, man, I can respect every time, King. It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Likewise, brother.
Yes.
Sharon Bentley, did you want to say something, Sharon?
Yeah, I just want to, I'm sitting here, I'm amazed. I'm amazed because I can't believe I never hear of him before. You know, and listening to his story and what he's doing and how he's doing it. Bravo.
Listen.
Bravo.
Thank you very much for your time, Sharon.
Yeah, keep up the good work, man.
Give thanks, honestly.
Thank you, Sharon, for your comment. Anybody else want to say anything before we end the show?
Yeah, greetings.
Greetings, Rankin Ann.
Greetings, this is Rankin Ann, based in the UK. Greetings, Baby Boom.
Rankin Ann to the world.
You know, like Sharon said, I haven't heard of you before. Today is the first I'm coming across your name and hearing your music, and it's amazing because you've got some solid tunes and your lyrics are solid. And respect for that. I love that because I'm from the old generation and you're the kind of now generation. And it's just nice to hear someone, you know, in your era that is producing such solid lyrics. So massive respect, you know, for that. And I love what you said you did in terms of creating and producing an album of female artists, because as you know, female, especially in reggae, are massively underrepresented, not represented very well. So it's really good that you've done that. And I think if more people, if every producer just did one project like that, we would have a fairer balance of females in the industry, because there's many of us, but not represented, you know, well.
You know, I'm actually producing another rhythm of 4 females again, you know, to even further again. So
wow. So you never call me Baby Boom? You never hear about me before? And you not call me? Yeah?
Well, we have the link now, you know, 10 star the link as well. But you don't know the kind of link I make it happen. You see it?
Eh, nobody just throw say me look whole, you know, no bother with it. Whole got me goal.
All right, you know, I want you to do me one favor. You see, I have a rhythm out called the Teardrops. It's like a R&B kind of dancer. It's me and Barbara Naps, and you have, you know, it's R&B with a dancehall flavor. So
okay.
Yeah. You know, I try to twist up the thing and make something different. So we have the link. We definitely after link can make music.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'm gonna do before you go any further. Stay where you are, ranking, and stay where you are.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
Zing. Young girl, I know you got me, and you know I got you, right? Some say this, some say that, but girl, them not understand how we think going on. Zing. Tell them.
Let me explain the way he makes me feel.
They don't know how you make me feel, girl. BabyBoom and Barbara Naps.
He's all I ever wanted. He's all I ever need. He's everything I pray for. No matter what they try to say to me, he's everything I hope for. All my dreams come true. Yeah, he's the only one I dream of. 'Cause I know his love is true. When he looks into my eyes and he says, I love you.
So that's the Teardrops Riddim by BabyBoom, and that particular collaboration with Barbara Naps. Yeah.
Okay, yes, I hear it, yes, and as always, lots of potential. But, you know, I'm going to get off the live now, but just to ask you one question, which maybe I know the answer already, is how did you get your name, BabyBoom? I mean, I'm guessing why, but can you tell us how you got that name?
Well, we give it a short and sweet. Yeah. Well, you know, when you're growing, you're up on the road with your friend, man. You get the boom, man. Yo, boom, man. So I get that side from the streets, you know, from my friend, them.
Okay.
The baby partner, you know, ladies, oh, baby, you know, I think I'll put it in there. Yeah, so put that together. Let me show you how Jah work, you know. BabyBoom, you must understand the meaning of BabyBoom. That means it was a year or a generation of growth of new life. You understand?
I come from that generation, so I know.
Oh, yeah.
Give away my age now. I'm a boomer.
I'm a right teeth that. Join the team, you know. So
yes.
Give thanks, you know, and you know, I'm grateful that you've actually taken the time to stay on the live, you know, and listen to the whole, you know, discussion and the podcast, you know, and I'm grateful to have your company this evening.
Yeah, respect. It was enlightening, and you know, as I said, it's great to discover someone you've been around for a while, and it's just great to discover what you've been doing. And what you're doing is great work. So you know, please keep up the good works, and what you're doing with all the different people coming through and you're pulling through. That's one of the greatest things you can do, you know, as an artist. So massive respect, you know, to you for that. So enough love every time to you, 10-star Sharon. We'll take care, okay?
You too. Have a lovely evening.
All right, you too. Bye.
And hopefully we can add ranking and to BabyBoom's catalog of, you know, female artists who is producing out there, you know? So I'm going to make the link between both of you, between Rankin Ann and yourself, you know? And yeah, man. Again, you know, we really give you flowers. We give you your respect. We love what you're doing. Don't stop, because what you're doing is working. You know, we wish you everything that is great, you know, and God bless you, brother.
And respect every time, King. You know,
yes,
love and respect, and you know,
you're
more
welcome.
you and your family, and have a lovely weekend, my brother.
You're welcome. You too. Ladies and gents, we're going to get out of here. Here's one of my favorite tracks coming from BabyBoom. Like I said, man, I can't get enough of it. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to play another one, which I'm a big fan of, is this particular track right here.
Sometimes you fall and you stumble. You see the little your arm, never grumble.
I've been sleeping with this track for the past couple weeks now. And me love it like cooked food. Me love it like me ackee and saltfish. And you really have to listen to the lyrical content. I'm going to get out of here. We'll be back here tomorrow with a fast rising super duper star. He hasn't got a song out yet, but he's making waves. That's how great this artist is. We're going to have him here tomorrow, same time, same place. And we're going to get out with this tune.
Sometimes you fall and you stumble. You see the little your arm, never grumble. Just love and be loved, and always be humble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give thanks for the little that you have. Give thanks and you find a way through. Woo. Just remember there's some people in the world out there in a worse situation than you.
Tell them,
be careful what you wish for in a life. One day your wish might come true. We feel help to one another. We climb up the ladder. We not know the struggles with them and go through.
Stick out.
This life already hard to the color of whiskey. We stick together. The race we have to win. We make it in a life with chances look slim. The future not bright. We future looking. Positive energy. That's what we're bringing. Love replace hate unity. That we singing. Have to stay strong through the lows and highs. Even when problems are
sing it, baby, but sing it.
Give thanks and you find a way through. Just remember there's some people in the worse situation than you. Be careful what you wish for in a life.
Sing it, man, sing it.
It might come true. And we feel for one another. Climb up the ladder. We don't know the struggles when them and go through.
Yeah, man, know something to play with. How much I will you youth them undereducated? And me know say in a life you can feel frustrated. And no cartoon, we life not animated. Down the wrong road, me tell you no go. And if you want the knowledge, share it and let it flow. And if you get a money, save it and let it grow. And all the negativity, me say let it go. Positive energy, that's what we're bringing. Love replace hate unity, that we're singing. Have to stay strong through the lows and highs, even when problems are around. Give thanks for the little that you have. Give thanks and you find a way through. Just remember there's some people in the world out there in a worse situation than you. Mister, be careful what you wish for in a life. One day your wish might come true. We feel help to one another. We climb up the ladder. We not want the struggles with them and go through.
That's all, folks. That's my line.
Never mind, babe. Let us star do this. That's fun! That's all, folks!
Can I go home now?
I'm 10-Star General from Starcade Promotions, and I'm out of here.